Nice to see them both returning under this ePunks roster. And they have some good empowerment for it, of course. That Deckard Cain, probably the best support at the moment in a lot of people's eyes. And with Junkrat, Disruption Tool, and Muradin, Rotation Deny, Hard Engage Master, Melee Assassin, as we have discussed previously in some cases.
Prepare for combat.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see how they do it.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A best of 7 grand finals. We have Holy Bananas, who did lose once before already to ePunks. That's why they were in the lower bracket. And we've got ePunks, who have not lost a single series the whole tournament yet, this playoffs at least. And that's why they're set to be coming from the upper bracket. And that's why they will start with a 1-0 lead. So they only need 3 maps to stand triumphant, whereas Holy Bananas will need 4. Ergo the +1 in the scoreboard of ePunks. First game has gone underway now. Dragonshire, we've got on the left side ePunks with Sonic the Beast, Gas, Grand Paquette, Rosmeg and Lauer.
And on the right we have the Holy Bananas coming fresh off their consolation bracket victory with Ulf, Earth, Guru, Gugush and Zhuf.
With Junkrat, he's going to be proxying already on the bottom lane. He's going to clear that really fast. But note that he left the archers alive for a little bit. And although there will be no fruits to his labors or efforts for now, the reason you want to put the enemy archers on 1 HP, 1% or whatever, while not killing them, is to allow them to take down 1 or 2 more of your footmen while the opponents are in absentium. And that will deny experience, and then you still are just 1 frag launcher shot away from taking them down and getting the experience and the wave clear. The archers deal the most damage of a minion wave, so you leave them up for as long as possible to deny experience. Advanced lane manipulation.
And let loose the Dragon Knight.
Rosmeg cleans out the lane a little bit quicker than Gugush. Cass, once again, the exact same strategy as we saw the last time this lane setup happened, which is to let Yrel push up the lane, pull the lane to the towers and fight it under there, clear it with the whirlwind, because he knows he can't duel Yrel in a 1 versus 1.
Sonya just checking if she maybe gets ganked. It's easier to see someone coming here where they don't expect to see you yet, rather than getting pounced in lane. Interestingly, Sonya now goes for the mid clear, leaving top momentarily unattended. We'll try to mount up, but look at that. Guru chasing for a little bit, trying to deny her ascent up.
Cass will find Ulf, and Ulf greets her with a hammer. As Sonic will join in as well, once again trying to focus onto that Wizard Mercenary, as that is the one that's most important in terms of wave clear, as it gives spell armor, including to the minions and the other mercenaries as well. So clearing it means your clear speed is a little bit faster. Little duel there continues in the bot lane, nice and chill. It's a very slow start to the game. Although Sonic does just rush Ulf. There we go, he wakes up.
Still?
He takes a bit of damage and moves back.
Wonder what was going on there.
I mean, there's a lot of teams that have started using their solo laners as the shot callers, because the solo lane is usually a little bit more passive these days. So perhaps that was what he was doing, just quickly checking the minimap, and Sonic was able to notice this, and him and Cass went in for a little bit of damage.
No harm done. He's Yrel. It's not like he's not. So he will be fine for now.
Gugush plays around, gonna heal up. He's got Fight or Flight, not going for that behemoth armor. Sapphire Cube onto Gugush there. Was that Sapphire actually? It didn't look like it. It's supposed to have a more duration for Sapphire.
I don't think it's more duration. It's
more a bigger slow, sorry. I'm pretty sure that was a normal cube.
Let's see. Yeah, Sapphire is still available.
Nice. Hooray, I can sort of tell the difference. As we see Cass holding for the moment, Ulf will force him off, because once again, at this stage of the game, Cass cannot win that 1v1. Yrel will continue to win it over and over again. But the fact is, it's all about just waiting this out, waiting for Yrel to leave the lane, or joining in the team fights later on once heroics are available. Well, there's pressure onto Earth, but Earth able to burrow out without too much trouble. For a nice concussion mine. Once again, Earth takes a couple turret shots, but nothing too serious now, with Malfurion especially arriving, although Malfurion does find the steel trap. Earth will be topped off, and available to fight. Actually grabs the fountain as well. Not sure that was necessary.
Guess maybe he'll be looking to re-engage somewhere in the next 16 seconds and he'll still be getting bonus healing. As of yet, he hasn't wasted a single point of HP. And now he has. Ah, it hurts. I have too much health. I can't hold all this health.
He puts a shield on himself. Even more health as they begin to move forward. Lauber gets knocked up. A little bit of damage applied from Phoenix. Lauber will get out though. And the objective is neutralized thanks to the rotation of Sonic the Beast.
Grand Paquete gets away from trouble.
Cass punishes Earth via spear. Lauber is going to try and body block Earth. Looks like they might want to try and make a punishing play here. But once again, it's a new rack. Burrow charge easily gets him out of there.
A lot of cat and mouse plays here on the shrine as they wrestle for control. 3-man push here, no one there to stop it. Earth still scouting, but now that he sees Murden Junkrat, he should help to push. Of course he doesn't know if Greyman is coming, so there we go. Burrow charge on Sonya, a lot of damage. Is she gonna go down? Not quite.
Cass is able to escape. Sonic dives back in to get the quicker escape route instead of wrapping around and potentially risking Zhoof showing up and rooting him. Very clutch move here. But this is some good pressure being applied by the Holy Bananas right now to ePunks as cubes come out from Grand Paqueta trying to force them to back up.
Nice 4-man group up there by Holy Bananas to try and get a bit of value. He got that tower down. Only lose a little bit of experience mid. Always worth it when you can get structural damage like that. It's now a lot harder for Sonya to be safe and to soak by herself.
Once again, using Burrow Charge is more of an escape tool than an engage tool. This is not the worst thing in the world. In fact, it's pretty useful if you're able to do so, because obviously you'd much rather escape than die. Here come the grenades from Junkrat, continued pressure. And this camp being picked up by Guru and Zhoof.
Level 10 will be reached nearly in lockstep. Just about 5 seconds apart or so. Bruiser camp for Holy Bananas. This is essentially what good Dragonshire games look like at Pro Play or the near Pro Play, as these two teams aren't quite there to be called pro yet, but that's what it looks like. There's so many things to do on the map, so many camps, so many lanes to control, that actual kills are rare.
Damage onto Lauber, trying to change that, but once again, not even close. Muradin's able to dwarf toss out with no trouble at all. Guru focuses onto that minion wave, able to take that down and get some pressure in mid lane. Double cap, but Lauber and Sonic already in position to deny, but instead it's the rotation into top lane to try and kill off Sonya. And they've done a pretty good job. Cass becomes first blood.
That's a big deal. We've got a Treant here pushing a Bruiser camp for people. Now there's a Cocoon on Deckard. Purification Salvo. Lornado is so good though.
Yeah, pushes everyone away except for Earth, and they're actually going to try and turn on Earth here, but he's instead able to kill off that wizard, and Lauber is the one suddenly in danger. Avatar has to be used just to make sure he can live here.
Yeah, and his Dwarf Toss was interrupted, so he had to keep running. No second chances. Lovely little result here for Holy Bananas. That was a 3-man defense with, Sonya of course still being dead. Dragon Knight has been won off the back of that. Winning a skirmish but not getting a kill is still worth so much in HOTS. And I wish more people knew about that. It's like, no, he's almost dead. He can't be on the map for 30 seconds. I have to chase and waste my time as well. No. Use that period of time where opponents are healing to get something on the map. Do the objective, get a camp, push a lane. And that's what Holy Bananas have done. Get the Dragon Knight, will start increasing their lead.
But they need some assistance for Earth. Actually, he was able to use that Burrow Charge and escape. He's still having massive issues with Rosmeg's mines, which have been on point this game. But ePunks, like you said, they are starting to drop down. Sonya, though, has responded via a massive push into the top lane.
It's pretty nice, taking down some towers. Doesn't want to stay any longer than that.
Leaps away, Yarel wrapping in from the side. Deckard Kane is in the cocoon. This is familiar. Lauber goes down. Deckard will almost certainly follow suit.
Holy Bananas are warmed up and ready to go. Let's go. Full level lead. 2 more takedowns with a 3-0 total score. Up 2 forts as well. ePunks, the near indomitable. 6 out of 7 cup wins. in the grand finals without dropping a single map. And now with a 1-0 lead of the best of 7 for virtue of having been so perfect so far, with Holy Bananas dropping a series and maps left and right. But it's the Bananas who have been warmed up now and are looking, at least for now, the better team.
They are indeed looking very, very strong right now, piling on more and more pressure as Ulf is going to clean up top lane. They're going to get Siege Giants. Like you said, the whole objective here is to get further ahead. And just looking through some of the heroes that ePunks have played over this season, they have not... The only one of these heroes they've lost with at all is Junkrat. Every single other one they have a 100% win rate with.
That's crazy.
But now, will those numbers be changing? Will suddenly 4 more heroes of ePunks get a black mark next to their name of not being in the 100% club? Looks like the Holy Bananas are going to try and make that happen as they push in with a Bruiser Camp combined with Siege Giants. All 5 members are here as Guru once again finds the concussion mines.
And a Trend. And a Banshee. There's a lot of extra firepower here.
Oh,
Minions
man.
just 3. All the other junk there is doing a lot of damage. And now this disengage is not because they're afraid. They even have a camp still. They just want to have an even better fight. Level 16. But ePunks is going to force it. This is fine though. That's a pretty forced fight into a minion wave. And we have to turn around.
14 hit by ePunks, but they decide not to continue the fight. Despite not using a single heroic on either side. Keep still alive for ePunks. And level 16 approaching. That was probably their best opportunity to fight, but a couple of the members of ePunks dropped below early, and that forced the disengage.
It's when you fight through minion waves, there's always that extra damage that you're taking. Difficult to mount up and re-engage as well. It was a good attempt to fight, and possibly the delay that they caused Bananas to control the map is even a win, even when no one dies. Because they delayed the Dragon Knight for just a bit. Have more time to get their own Bruiser Camp, soak more experience, and play that cat and mouse game that tries to forestall the opponent getting the Dragon Knight. Oh.
Somehow unintentionally dodging the Stormbolt by running further forward than Lorber thought he would. Now Lorber in full retreat, waiting for that cooldown to come back. They know 16 is available for the enemy team. They let the Dragon Knight go over, and they're just going to try and defend against this as ePunks really struggling in this game number 1.
Second Dragon Knight. Take down a fort on the way, but the big target is bottom lane. They're gonna probably kill these minions before they walk forward. Allow that little smattering of minions to tank for them.
Any extra help they can get is always going to be welcome when they move in for a keep. 15 is available now for ePunks, but it's still a talent lead with a Dragon Knight for the Holy Bananas. They move forward. Sonya hovering around the area. Earth is stunned out, but he's taken almost no damage. Both the damage dealers not in position here. As Sonic gets some good damage onto the Dragon Knight, though, so that is welcome. As Ulf again dives so far forward and is not punished.
Yeah, he's got that level 7 as well to get the quick reset on his jump. The first one he'll do the wind up, the second one with the trade, so he can jump out easily and quickly.
Down goes the first keep of the game at 12 minutes 52 seconds. As the Dragon Knight will finally pop. It's Phoenix inside it. Lornado, they dropped that a little early. They were trying to blow up Phoenix, and they still are. Rosmek dropping very low here. Total Mayhem will get huge damage onto Earth, though, as the salvo comes out. Lorber is pressuring Phoenix in the backline as Ulf is completely unharmed. He's 1v3ing, and he's still tanking through.
Guru maybe over chasing Murden a bit. I mean, I guess it's like part of a zoning job. Now, if Holy Bananas were ePunks, I feel like ePunks might not go core normally in a situation like this and just work on killing more forts and keeps. But the Holy Bananas do go for the core. They will get another follow-up kill, so suddenly it's become a valid play. And it looks like they will be able to get the first map here.
They're gonna try. Korg just gets deleted. Greymane, even he doesn't have enough damage for this. Junkrat comes in for the last chance disruption. Riptire will come out and get deleted. Wow, good job. Guru teleports to the other side of the core and will take game number 1 for Time to Shine. ePunks looking a little shaky here.
Less than 14 minutes indeed, as the Holy Bananas' composition is meant to achieve. As Nubarak ever burrow charge forward, Rain and Deckard will have trouble catching up. Whereas on the side of ePunks, it's pretty clear. They've got this really good wave composition, great macro capabilities, but a very solid team fight as well. They are more multi-dimensional here, I think, than the Holy Bananas.
Well, we are going to be the ones to find out. As ePunks, they are starting on the left-hand side with 2 pleb horses on the 2 Overwatch heroes.
Yeah, and here on the right side, Holy Bananas in the red with Olf, Gugush, Guru, Earth, and Razuf.
Single pleb horse, therefore vastly superior. And a multitude of different color clouds, because right now they must be on cloud 9 in terms of the fact that they are only 3 maps away from getting to choose their opponents against ePunks. As Lelbo moves forward aggressively, forces Earth to back up.
No special talent picks really worth pointing out. Everyone with the standard. ETC at 20, Regeneration Globe Collection. Can start healing his allies a little bit.
Nova backs up for the moment. He has gone for the classic prog rock. We don't really see any of the other talents these days. Even the block party used to be picked, but not so much anymore. Cass suffering against the Leoric. We already mentioned that this lane can go very well for the Leoric, especially if he lands that Drain Hope. Good value there. Doesn't get the full duration, but any percentage damage is good percentage damage.
Except if it's 0%.
That's true. That is a bad percentage, unless, of course, it is 0% of your team is dead, in which case it's a good percentage.
That I could argue with that, but it would be foolish, because you're totally right.
Takes a bit of damage. Very unnecessarily short-range burrow charge there.
He wanted to burrow on the potion. I don't think you can pick up potions while you're underground.
Really?
Huh.
I would assume you would, but...
Really?
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know how in physics you'd be able to.
Yeah,
I drank this potion while underground.
Everything in HOTS has to be physically, realistically accurate.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's why we're currently on the halfway point between heaven and hell, because the high heavens and the burning hells, because otherwise that would be ridiculous and unrealistic.
Yeah, this place exists somewhere. I just can't say where it is, which country. It would be politically incorrect, but yeah. I've been here.
Might not even be a country. Blizzard has has all signed NDAs about the real-life locations of all of their maps.
This is, of course, patently untrue. We are just taking the mickey. As Earth Burrow charges here to the bottom lane, get some experience.
He will soak that up nice and easy. Full Inquisition build coming in for Whitemane. That is going to be a Crowd Surfer for ETC on level 4. The ability to power slide through terrain. Now, this is interesting. For starters, it gives him more gank potential, obviously. He has better rotational abilities. It also gives you the option, as we once saw from Breeze, to accidentally mess up and power slide through a gate and nearly get yourself killed.
Yep, normally you'd bounce him.
It's for the Entomb.
Yep, he's going to be Lara Croft. He wants to do some tomb raiding.
That is a fantastic joke, as you see them moving up to the top lane, preparing to invade the shrine. Or should have said raid, would have been smarter, as we see them move forward. Quick knockback from Gugus, though.
Khazra Impalus here at the bottom lane. And who can stop this? Keep in mind the atrocious... I'd like to point out again, that once at this time, the atrocious wave clear of Holy Bananas, as Genji, the PvP master extraordinaire, will be relinquished to janitor duty and will take about 12 seconds or so or more to clear these invaders.
How tough do you think Reddit or Anglebird power sliding, getting through a little bit of terrain there, so already gaining value, but gets rooted. Here comes Dahaka though for the save. Quick knockback though, unable to get the drag tongue as Ulf is able to escape. But to finish my thought, how tilted do you think Reddit will be if Genji gets a janitor skin before Leoric?
So tilted. I think people are gonna uninstall the game and then reinstall to save up some gigabytes of space and optimize their disk storage. But yeah, I think that would make them pretty upset, because there was this cool fan Leoric janitor skin that people have been drooling at the mouth about, yeah, including myself.
Same here, and we have now reminded them of it, so I expect to see the thread tomorrow.
Also, Firefly was cancelled.
As we see the first Punisher picked up once again by the Holy Bananas, as they already take, it's not really a huge lead, but this first objective always going to be welcome. That's interesting. Loba, his face melt did not show, and Earth with a capitalization kills off Whitemane.
It's not really a huge lead, but Whitemane is dead. She's not very dead, she'll be back in 10. But Punisher's still pushing.
She's not very dead. That is a fantastic sentence.
In the game. Just in the game.
As we see the top fort getting taken out already, though, that is good value for an early Punisher. Able to get that fort gives them a pretty much full level lead here. As we see the rest of the team moving forward. You can see here Leoric, he's gone for at level 7 at the drain momentum here, so it's just making it easier for him to track that Dahaka.
1 level lead. ETC still visible at the top. Keep tower nearly going down. Yay! Winions unite!
As we see the camp being stolen away, Earth very nearly going over the wall. One of the Impalers does, not into fort range annoyingly. All it really does is just actually take the shield off the fountain.
And a little bit. 100 points of damage.
It's a lot of damage. It's like 100 more than 1. Wait. 100 times more than 1. I can math.
Well, 100 times 1 in damage.
Yes, exactly. That's a lot of damage. As we see the explosive arrow gaining a little bit of value on that bottom lane defense. As Dahaka is doing the same strategy we saw from the previous series from the Holy Bananas. Sitting in the top lane, soaking experience.
Level 10 will be reached. And it must be used if you are to be a top team. You never let a level 10 advantage just seep away into the sink. You gotta push down some towers, maybe a fort, maybe get a kill. Don't just sit back. Take this Impaler camp and you just lose your right to be a pro player. They're pushing.
They are indeed. Getting a little bit of extra pressure onto the lane.
No, they're doing Impalers. They didn't get a single tower. You have heroics.
It's unfortunate. They have burned 2 heroics already. As such, they decide that the better idea is apparently just to wait. But this is going to allow ePunks to grab their level 10s as well.
They just let the Haka solo soak top lane for such a long time, just kind of evening out that experience deficit. It's easy to see why. Cass has been parking the lane here, which means that in order for Ulf to soak it, he had to go all the way on the other side of the map, and that's what happens. Now, after dropping behind, in the greatest show of experience deficit mitigation, ePunks simply takes it back. Like, they nearly equalize experience despite losing a fort.
Yeah, using the Leoric kill for a little bit of experience there. The point blank Dragon Arrow enough to allow Dahaka the lockdown. Luckily a minion came over with Earth there, otherwise he would have eaten the fort shot, but he had his shield up anyway, so it wouldn't be so bad. ETC now, always a constant threat with level 10. He has that mosh pit. Let's once again count the interrupts. Lornado, Cocoon, Burrow Charge, and Impale, and the knockback from Reyna.
You're not gonna love it, but you have a little bit of interruptions. I suggest, like on the microphone. So I suggest after the next active moment, we're gonna do a quick reset on our voice program. It is not too bad. We're just kind of putting that out there. So for now, level 12 versus level 11, very close contest here. And Tomb on ETC, but he's in a pretty okay spot to mosh pit. Doesn't have the health to do it though. Lauber gets just butchered.
Yeah. ETC was dropped low and his mosh pit was actually interrupted on the short cooldown here as the rest of the team is zoned out. Good execution here by the side of the Holy Bananas. And I am going to do the quick call restart.
All right, see you soon. Same thing for me, ladies and gentlemen. Just gonna reset that program. Hanzo goes down where? What? I didn't quite follow that. I want to get my teacher back. As Holy Bananas, they're going to be grabbing the level 13. They grab a Punisher, and which one is it going to be? I believe a Mortar Punisher. Kyoto da! Mortar Punisher comes in. Level 13, nearly there. I'm gonna be calling the Tetcher. There we go. Yeah, it is a bit buggy. I'm gonna have to restart one more time. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Punisher still pretty healthy, jumping in there. Junkrat taking a lot of damage. Auto attacks by the Punisher. It's enough to take him down. Lauber nearly goes down. Then, surprisingly, a cocoon is thrown on him. Can they follow up? He's a little bit too far away, and Grandpaket goes with the safety cleanse just to try and save him as well. Still trying to get Tetcher back online. Wish I never asked him to go. I miss him so much right now, guys. Looks like he might be back. Oh, not quite. Are you back? Mr. Tetcher. Ding ding! I thought I just heard an ancient telephone. Well, not able to get Tetcher back just yet. Lauber gets butchered once again. What do you call a cow with no feet? Ground beef, and that's what he is. He's getting ground up here by the Holy Bananas. Easy peasy. Holy Bananas just running away with this. Another kill. Whitemane gets slaughtered. Earth in hot pursuit. Junkrat trying to get away. Guru with the triple auto attack takes him down as well. Thank you very much. And the Beetles are helping to draw aggro from the fort. In the meantime, Leoric off, mercilessly pushing into midkeep, taking down walls like he don't even care. And I have a very poor connection on the voice chat program. I'm going to try and draw him on another app here. So apologies for that sound. That is pretty atrocious. I'm just going to mute that for a second. Now you can't hear that, and I can. Hello. I can hear you, but you're not loud enough, and I'll try to fix that momentarily. Good to have you back, good sir. Now I hear you twice, so we're going to have to redo that one more time. Greetings.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you still hearing me twice?
I hear you just once, which is just perfect. I think we're good to go. Good to have you back.
Good to be back as we are back into the game. Let's do this. As we do have the Holy Bananas taking down bottom fort. Dahaka trying to split soak some XP for ePunks. Get them back in the game.
Alrighty. Pretty solid lead. Holy Bananas finished last game with a win under 14 minutes with a 6-0 takedown lead, and now it's 7-1 and making it look easy. Tetcher, how long do you think it is before ePunks will be banning out the Rainer?
At this point, it's working pretty effectively. Here comes the Riptire. Point blank, trying to chase down Dragon Arrow. Riptire value. He actually got caught in the Tornado a little bit, but the silence, even with that, they can't take down Guru.
Level 16 is very close to finishing for ePunks, but I'm afraid it will not offer them solace in this darkest of hours, as Leoric is steadily destroying cursed minions with his cursed mace. There's no way that they can win that Punisher anymore, and that's going to be on a semi-open gate/tower situation, so that's an easy dive for a Nubarak to go along with the Punisher.
That's bad news. Lower though will take control of the center of the Fallen Shaman camp a little bit earlier, but that's just going to get cleaned up by this Punisher. It's more taken to prevent the enemy team grabbing it to assist with their push.
Punisher has been grabbed. Frozen Punisher level 16. The best situation that you can do here is let the Punisher push on the keep and do like a backstab. But that is reliant on your opponent not sticking around the Punisher as they are. So Holy Bananas is neither rushing forward nor lagging too far behind the Punisher. They're doing it just right. Great positioning. And they're sure to use the Punisher as their 6th hero.
Dragon Arrow gets a quadruple stun in the backline as Loba pulls back. The Punisher begins working onto the second keep of the game. And ePunks suddenly meeting many difficulties. Loba taking a lot of damage from Ulf as Earth looks for the kill onto Cass. Here comes the mosh pit grabbing both the frontliners and they will finally kill off an Uberak.
First mosh pit, first kill they get in a big team fight.
At what cost? Grandpagetta is chased down and sniped by Reina and Genji. Now Sonic having to use natural agility as the rest of the team is maybe moving on for the core.
Core is getting hurt. The paint is coming off. How will the chassis do?
We see Loba, he's able to power slide away, keeps himself alive, but he needs to turn around and start helping his team. Core down to 50%. Loba coming through. Good knockback from Gugu, preventing the power slide as the core drops low. They finish off Leoric, but Genji, Raider, and the Deckard Kane are able to finish off the core, and that is a 2-1 in favor right now of the Holy Bananas.